Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rudy and thank you so much for being here. We're back in the old setup. We are back in the house. I'm so glad. I love traveling, and if you've missed the last couple videos, they have been either about my travels to France with my husband or actually in France, which was amazing. But my body does not travel well, which I talked about in those videos. So I'm just really, I feel very at peace at home and back in my filming area and able to chat with you guys. Today's video is really exciting. And it's so funny because I have seen so many creators do videos where they talk about their product launches or their product collabs, and obviously I watch them all, and it's just crazy to be in this position now, only after 3 years of doing this and being online and talking to you guys and just figuring out what we wanted to do together and actually creating this product together. It's an actual dream come true. So as you can see by the title, today's video is a full reveal and informational question and answer, everything that has to do with my collaboration with Beaubble and creating the Berry Freckled Pen, which is my very own freckle pen. It is absolutely amazing. You guys are going to freaking love it. I don't know if you can tell, I don't have any freckles on right now. I feel absolutely naked. So we are going to put freckles on, go through some questions I got on Instagram, which it's at the Rudy Berry on Instagram, at Rudy Berry on TikTok, and just show you how I like to use it, tell you all about Beaubble, where you can get it, all of that good stuff. So if you're interested in that, or you're interested in me, or even just fake freckles in general, keep watching because this video is gonna have a lot of information and I'm hopefully gonna answer all of your questions. Okay, so to really dive into everything, I want to mention that I do have an entire video on the beginning of my relationship with Beaubble, how we got to the point of creating the pen, basically everything up to the announcement that I will leave down below that has pretty much all of the questions about what Beaubble is and sort of just how we connected. That video is probably 30 minutes long, and I'm also using all of the other collaborations that Beaubble has done in the past in that video. So I'm using the Ellie Thuman collaboration, the Elsa Haas collaboration, the Avery Ovard collaboration. In fact, I just used one of the new products from Monday Born, which is Tenny, sorry, I'm like really close, Tenny's brand Monday Born, and she just dropped this new lip balm. It's called Meridium, and it's the color I used for this latte makeup look today. I'm sure you guys are like, damn, you have a lot of makeup, which is unlike me, but I just did this latte inspired makeup look and that lip was perfect for it. So anyways, if you want to see other brands and products and people that they've collaborated with, that's all in that first video. So I'm not gonna dive too deep into every single thing about Beaubble because again, it's all there, but we will definitely talk about some of that today. But I know the first thing you wanna see is the damn product. That's always what I wanna be seeing. When I be watching those launch videos, I'm like, show me the product first and then tell me information because I'm so excited. So this is the beaubble&rudi Berry Freckled Pen. So we'll start with the outer packaging design. Everything that you see here was chosen from my Beaubble community or just my community in general, but the product testers specifically. I am so glad with the two choices that we went with, which was the green outer packaging design and then the actual component being the strawberry seeds, because those are the two that I would have picked for myself. So the fact that the community also picked these two choices just means we are truly in sync. We're always on the same page. It's very cute. I also notice when people do box videos, they show you every single little thing on the box and read you it. I'm not gonna do that, okay? It's packaging. Just know that it's fully recyclable, and there is instructions on the website on how to recycle each and every piece of the product, which is also amazing, and why we chose to do certain things with the pen, which I'll get to, based on recyclability. It's printed with soy ink, which is also better for the environment. It has the ingredient list on it, but there are two things I did want to call out on the actual packaging, and one of them is super important. If you lift the lid, you're going to find a QR code inside the box that's going to lead you to a page with a full tutorial on how I like to do my fake freckles and just give you more information. So if you are someone who's never tried fake freckles and you truly do not know where to start, you can scan this QR code with your phone and it will take you to a tutorial so you can do it step by step along with me, which was something I was really passionate about because I wanted to make sure nobody felt lost in the sauce, okay? And the other thing I just wanted to shout out is on the back of the other side of the box, there is a carbon copy of my little strawberry tattoo, and it says Berry Patch Made because this product was made with my community, in association with my community, Everyone who was a part of this is so important to me, and I just wanted to give you a nod and a shout out to know I see you, I love you, and you were a big part of this. So thank you so much. Now on to the actual pen. It is black packaging with like silk printing on top of it, which also helps with the recyclability of it. It says beaubble&rudi on the back. It says Berry Freckled Pen, and you can see an up close of the tip. This is such an amazing product component. The way that they make this product, I can show you like a little video of them inserting like the ink into the product, then they put the tip on it. The tip fills with ink. It's a water-based liquid, so it lightly dyes the skin as well, but it's easy to remove with soap and water, but it is water resistant. It's not waterproof, okay, but it is water resistant, and that's kind of what I wanted because I didn't want it to be impossible to take off during the day, and I also didn't want it to really permanently stain your skin, especially if you felt like maybe you messed up and you wanted to start over or something like that. I wanted to make sure it stays on the skin for a long time, but it doesn't actually permanently stain your skin. And I can tell you that I had a launch party for this with my friends, and we rented out part of this restaurant. The server who was helping us throughout the night was wearing fake freckles, and he was like, I'm obsessed with fake freckles, but I just use like an eyeliner and it's not as good. And I was like, you're gonna love this. And so he told me at the end of the night that he took a mental note and he wanted to see how they looked from the beginning of the end of the night, and that would determine whether or not he purchased it in his mind. And at the end of the night, he said he was gonna buy it because they looked the exact same as they did at the beginning of the night. And that was like a 5.5 hour event, and I was sweating, I was eating, I was drinking, like, and they looked amazing. So that to me was like such a testament to this product, and that other people noticed it and truly loved it. So that's a little bit about the formula, the packaging design, and just the work that went into this product. A lot of that is again in the original video, but a lot of people have tested this, helped me figure out the consistency, the color, how you wanted it to last on the skin, and just gave me all the feedback you could possibly have about a freckle pen to make this exact one and why it's so freaking good. So let's now do a quick tutorial because I know that's probably what you want to see next, and then we'll finish off by asking and answering some of the questions you guys had about the product, how much it is, where to buy it, how to purchase it, the timeline, all of that. We'll do that at the end, so I'll make sure to timestamp everything, but let's do a little tutorial because I know I've been showing it on camera, but I'm going to talk about how I decide where to put them, the different areas, things like that. Okay, so there are a lot of different ways that I like to wear my fake freckles depending on the day. Sometimes it's a little lighter, sometimes it's a little heavier, depending on the makeup vibe. Sometimes I go straight across the nose. Sometimes I go down the nose as more of like a contour moment. Sometimes I go under the eyes. Sometimes I go over the eyebrows or on the eyelids to make it look really natural. There are so many ways that you could play with this. In addition to using it for beauty marks, I have an entire, there will be on the product design page, a complete image of how I use this not only for freckles but also for beauty marks. Oh my god, I realized I didn't mention at the beginning of this video that this is launching tomorrow. So if you're watching this today on the 19th, it's launching to the general public tomorrow and to members today, which again, we'll get into just after we do this tutorial, but I did want to put it out there and make sure you know it's launching fully tomorrow. Anyways, back to the tutorial. So I'm thinking today for this look, I'm going to do what I typically do across the nose and a little under the eyes so you guys can see how it looks on top of makeup. But I also know a lot of people who like to put it on their bare skin and then put their cream or powder makeup on top to help settle it a little bit. You're just going to have to play with it and see how you like to use it best. But for me, a good easy way to start is by looking at this triangle of your nose and starting there and then feathering out. So naturally the sun hits these high points of your face, and that's where your natural freckles come in, anywhere the sun is hitting first. So obviously across the nose, a little under the eyes, sometimes on the forehead or above the eye bone. So that's where I typically like to start and then feather out from there. So really I will start with a few between the eyes, and you can see that's the color right when you set it down. And then I will wait a second and I will just use my finger to blend that out. And I go in with a pretty light hand to get them down to make sure they look really natural. And if I want to add more dark ones, I'll do that secondarily. So I go in with a very light hand and I'm adding these dots. And then I take my finger and I just pat them in to give it that natural look. And it is recommended that you keep the pen flat like this when you're storing it, because there is a ink ball in there, so it's gonna help distribute that once you're ready to use it. But if you keep it upside down, all the ink is gonna flood to the bottom and you might get more pigment than you wanted. Of course, my neighbor is getting their lawn done. You know how it is for me. That's my frickin' life. So anyways, I'm gonna keep going. And another thing that I like to do is use odd number of dots when I am using them. So I'll do, like, for example, a triangle and then put a third one. So that's 3. And then maybe I'll put one in the middle, like, to even it out. But if you wanted it to be kind of random, 3 dots or maybe 5 dots where it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 always looks good. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So I'm gonna finish this up. I'll be quiet and so you can see how it goes, and then we'll talk when he's done mowing. Oh, I just feel so much more like myself with my little freckles on. I went a little bit lighter with more freckles today. Sometimes I go darker with less freckles. There's a lot of ways that you can play with it to figure out what is most natural to you or what feels most fun to you. And that's something that I really, really love about it, is that everybody can look completely different. At my launch party, I gave everybody freckles, and because it was me, all of them looked the same, and we just like all looked like we had Pippi Longstocking freckles, because that's how I do it on myself, and it was like, it was amazing. It was so much fun, but it is really fun to see how people do it on themselves and how they like to look. My best friend Kevin has a different way of doing it than I do. He does a little bit less and it looks a lot more natural on him, so play around with it, see what you like. You know how I feel about fake freckles. I use them all the time. I use them on every single look. Someone commented that I'm starting to look naked without them, and I would agree. There's just something about them that adds whimsy to every look, and I just feel like nothing is complete without it. Even if I'm just going to yoga like I did this morning, I put on fake freckles because it just lightens the mood of the face, okay?
Fake freckles lightens the mood of the face.
So let's get into some of the questions, and if you're wondering about something, it's probably going to be in this section of the video. I will try and timestamp the questions as well, just so you guys have everything that you need. But I think one of the most important questions, I'll try and do these in order. So the Berry Freckled Pen will be available to everyone at 9 a.m. Pacific time on July 20th, and to members only on July 19th at 9 a.m. Pacific. So 9 a.m. Pacific is just the typical launch time that Beaubble likes to use. The 19th is for members only, which I'll talk about in just a minute. And the 28th is the general sale. Now, Beaubble does something a little different than other brands, which is something I wanted to mention with the question. Basically, is there going to be a pre-order, a pre-launch? Like, how does the purchasing work? And if you don't know what Beaubble is, they are essentially a company that works with creators and influencers and models and just general creative people to make makeup and skincare and hair care, whatever, really the sky's the limit, type of products for their specific communities. So for me, the beaubble&rudi Freckle Pen was made because my community associates me with freckles. The sky's the limit, by the way. Like, who knows what we can make next? Like, I've got a ton of ideas. But going back to the main point here, the way that they lay out their business is really cool and very unique. And one of the things that they do is, instead of having something for sale 24/7, they do a drop system. So essentially, a product will be available to purchase for 3 weeks at a time. And then once the 3 weeks are up, they start sending out the product for another 3 weeks, and then they open it up, same, close it, send them out, so that the product that you're getting is always fresh and they're not creating more products than are being purchased, if that makes sense. So it's a really good way to keep waste down, but it's also a way to make sure that we're not making too much, we're not over consuming in the lab and having them make a bunch of product that's not going to be sold and then it's going to sit on a shelf, but also that the product that you get is new, it's gonna last the longest for you, and it's just a great way for us to keep track of how sales are going as well. So with that being said, when the drop opens on July 20th, you will not get the product for 3 weeks after that. So I know that's a little bit annoying and people, you know, have opinions about that depending on how you feel about the drop system. But to me, I think it's worth it because it's really unique and it's a way to make sure you're not, you know, playing into overconsumption essentially. So just keep that in mind. You won't be getting it right away. You'll be getting it at a delay. But this is where I wanted to mention the members aspect of Beaubble. This is a new thing that they've been doing for the past, I don't know, maybe 6 months to a year, and it's called Beaubble Pass. And basically what it does is it gives you the opportunity to buy products whenever you want rather than waiting for the specific drops. So not only can you buy products whenever you want with Beaubble Pass, which I'll put up on the screen like the actual breakdown, you get early access to new drops. So you'll get this a day early if you want to join as a member. You also get 10% back in basically store credit if you decide to put reviews out on the website. And then you also get a $70 yearly credit where you get 25 upfront and 45 available later in your membership. So you're able to use that money to buy product on the website if you are already planning on doing so. And Beaubble Pass is $55 annually. So if you really have a hankering and you love a lot of the Beaubble products like I do, it is a great way to be able to stock up on your favorites without having to wait for drops. I think that's kind of the biggest perk that comes with it, along with having access to new drops. So with that being said, I wanted to mention another answer to the question of, do you only have one shade? Will there be multiple shades? So basically at this point, because I'm a small creator, they are a small company, we are fully launching with just this one shade for now. For now, keep that in mind. And I wanted to make sure we tested this on multiple skin tones because I wanted it to work for as wide of a range as possible without looking unnatural. So basically you can use it and tap it out and get a lighter coverage, or you can use it as is without tapping it out and get a darker, deeper shade on the skin. So that is one way to, if you have a deeper skin tone that you want this to work, or if you have a very light skin tone, you can also use it by dabbing it out quickly and it will give you a very light application of the product. Hey, I'm back. Sorry for the venue change. My neighbor's yard workers are literally like 1 minute from my window and you wouldn't have been able to hear me. So I'm really sorry, but classic issues. Anyways, with everything being said about the shades, I wanted to be able to offer multiple shades because I want this to work for as many people as possible and I want people to feel comfortable with that. So we did actually formulate a second SKU or a second shade, and we tested it with our community, and with only going with one, they did pick the first shade selection. However, the second SKU is going to be made for a small number of people to be able to purchase if you're a member. So if you have a Beaubble Pass membership and you want to try out the second SKU, you will be able to pick it up on the website on July 19th as an add-on for no cost. And I think we will have 50 available for Beaubble Pass members to try. So if you wanted to try both, you can have the opportunity to try both, and this will come with like a little sticker on it. It won't be like an official like printed silkscreen product. It will be more of like a sample, but the hope and the goal is that we will get really good feedback on the second SKU and we will hopefully be able to launch a second shade if the first shade goes well. So that's where we're at in terms of shade range. I really hope that it can work for as many people as possible, and I really hope that we can launch the second SKU as well if it works better for certain skin tones. One of the top questions was definitely how much is this gonna cost, and the Berry Freckled Pen is retailing for $22. We pretty much price matched this to others in the market, so like Freck, Salty Face, Tarte, most of the more popular freckle pens are around this price, and I'm telling you, you're going to get way better results that last way longer with the Berry Freckled Pen. In my humble opinion, obviously I made it, but I have tried every other freckle pen and freckle product on the market, truly all of them. And you know I've talked about a lot of them. And there's just nothing like this out there. And I hope that you think that that's a reasonable price. Lastly, people want to know where it's going to be available to ship from. And at the moment, Beaubble is only able to ship and purchase with the US, which is, I know, a little bit unfortunate, but they are working literally all the time on international shipping. And I think and hope that by the end of 2023, we will be adding Canada into our shipping roster, which is awesome because I know I have a lot of Canadian subscribers And then after that, we will start talking about going internationally. But again, with it being such a small company, they're based out of South Korea. We just have to be, you know, specific about the places that we're able to ship from so that we can keep costs down. A lot of people also had questions about Beaubble and how you have to sign up to be able to purchase and what that means. Basically, Beaubble was also created as a site to connect with other creators and connect with other beauty lovers. So all it is basically accepting your email address into their system as if you were checking out on another site and you give them your email address to get your order information. You just do that before you purchase the product. So you make an account, then you purchase the product, and then you'll get your order information and all of that. You'll also be added to their newsletter, which will give you information about all of their drops, bundles, any deals that they might have going on. And to me, it's been so amazing because their newsletters are curated by people in Seoul, South Korea that have insane product and beauty knowledge. They tell you the history of some trends. They've been talking about cushion products and the history of the cushion product because they do have a cushion blush with Elsa Hosk. So I don't want to keep, you know, saying how amazing Beaubble is, but truly they have been such a dream to work with. And I know how many creators have had bad experiences working with brands and have been fucked over monetarily and, you know, been taken advantage of. And I just want to make sure you guys know that that is absolutely not the case here. We are truly partners in this entire thing that we've done together. I've never felt more strongly that this is the right person in the right place to be doing something with, when obviously it could be easy to create another shade in a product that already exists, or like work with a big brand and sort of put my name on something that already exists and people know is good. But kind of like, what fun is that when I could have the opportunity to work with you guys and make something truly special and unique that I will always remember and I have put my stamp on in this community that I love so much. And I'm adding something new to the table, and I'm trying my absolute hardest to make sure it is everything you like and more at a fair price, that everything is as environmentally friendly as possible, and that you will truly love it and want to use it every day. So that is my spiel on the Berry Freckled Pen. I hope that you love it so much. If you're a member, again, you can already purchase this. It is live at 9 a.m. Pacific time. I hope you freaking love it so much. And I cannot wait to see you guys starting to use this. And if you're not a member, like I said, this goes live tomorrow on Thursday, July 20th at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Keep me updated, like tag me if you end up purchasing it so I can see that you did it and I can follow you and see all of the amazing looks that you create with the product, the different ways that you like to use it. And then also obviously tag me when you actually get the product and start using it, because I'm gonna lose my absolute mind. I can't wait to show you guys what the PR packages look like too once we start getting them sent out. I'm really hopeful that other creators will also see how much work I've put into this. It's absolutely a dream come true. I wouldn't be anywhere without you, like you specifically behind the camera, you watching this video. If you've supported me in any way, even just liking a video, you have helped put me in this position. And I hope that this is a product that will remind you of how important you are to the beauty community as well, and how much of an impact you can make. So thank you. I freaking love your ass. Can't wait to do a ton of tutorials using this product to really be able to show it off in its entirety, and yeah, to literally have the dream come freaking true. So love you. I will see you in the next video very soon.